It's the Bucs and the Lions. All that and more. Coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. Two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Fields. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short. They go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. They'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at the 15. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback. They go play action here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
On play action, they'll throw. It's Rodgers here with a grab. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes the score 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, You can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell the guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
A dime look defensively for the Lions on third. Here's Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run on first down. Hilton, and he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Hilton, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ballgame for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now a first down throw, Fields. It's caught outright by Graham. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 3 yards remain for second down. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. A beautiful fake. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Yeah, this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
2nd and 5. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. An even 90 yards. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Edwards. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed...
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track.
After review of the play, rule on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Second and short now following the fumble. Now a handoff up the middle. Hilton, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it is 28-0. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Hilton. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. And quickly, they get to the line. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Fields on first down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw again on second down. Fields. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A final shot before the break. Fields hit and the ball is loose. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they have made this look easy. Now, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On second down now, Hilton. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 63 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Come on. 18 ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm.
And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Remember, earlier in this game, he lost a fumble. This time, it hit the deck, but he got it back.
Yeah, do you think he's breathing a monster sigh of relief right now? Could you imagine losing 2 in the same game and how that would affect you moving forward? Well, for him, high and tight, just like a good haircut. Never go wrong that way. Hold that football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Fields. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. 1st and 10. It's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple, because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Detroit. 57 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it is 42-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And he'll spot Lashley open, left side complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC. Back now here on EA Sports. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. He'll drop to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Hilton. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lets this one rip toward Graham, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Fields now to throw. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down. But I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue. Now into a sea of defenders have intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mild.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. For the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now it's Fields. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Holding. Offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw here. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And in for the Lions touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And this is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He'll look to set up his blockers. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
Then on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
It's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the...
Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, CD. This defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
So no gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They're going to look to throw. The quick slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. And he's got his big tight end here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Garabay's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 44, Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of 40. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. The Lions stay alive as we say